Hello everyone, this is Jackson100 here, welcome back to another video. Today I've got a deck profile on a Gimmick Puppet deck because I saw that this guy was out down here and you can summon him with this guy, which you can summon with any Gimmick Puppet XYZs or any like Dark rank 8. So I've got 2 copies of card D. So basically this deck is pretty one-mo combo-y, so sometimes you're just going to have a hand where you can't do anything. So you can always like card D to draw 2, so you might be able to do something next turn, which is better than nothing. And again, like say if your opponent like sets a bunch of back row, you can always use it to set up Decree, because again card's better than doing nothing. Then it also sets up a Gear-Spring Spirit, and although unfortunately, if you like Minute of Reasoning, nothing happens because you can normal the card, but it can't be special, so Reasoning sort of fizzles, but it's not going to happen too often. You're more likely to mill those guys or reveal those guys to special anyway. Got 3 copies of Gear-Spring Spirit. So if I have a monster in my grave and all monsters in my grave are machine type, I can special this guy from my hand. So this is just an easy way to get a level 8 monster on board, sort of like every monster in the main deck. And I can target a face-up monster, make their attack 0 on opponent controls, make them 0 until the end of the turn. So if I really need to, I can like use this guy to run something over, or I can just use it to make something 0 and then attack for a bunch with an XYZ. Got 2 copies of the Gimmick Puppet Druid Doll, so if she's in the grave, I can banish another Gimmick Puppet to special her, so I start like going to be Magnet Doll or one of your XYZs. But if I have to do XYZ with her, I can only go for a Gimmick Puppet XYZ. That doesn't matter, because when you do that, you're probably going to go for this guy. Got 3 copies of Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll, so if an opponent controls a monster, and I control a monster that's a Gimmick Puppet, and everything I control are Gimmick Puppets, I can special this guy from my hand, so again it's sort of just like Gear-Spring Spirit, an easy level 8. I've got 3 copies of Machine of Cannon, so I can summon this guy by discarding 1 or more machine types from my hand. So it sort of sets up grave stuff like Druid Doll's Effect or Gear-Spring Spirit. And also against 800 for each card I discard, so say I discard like 3 for example, makes it 24, I can use to take 1 stuff over if I like, can't go for an XYZ or something. For spells, I've got 1 copy of Advanced Draw. So say if I can only special summon like 1 monster like a Gear-Spring Spirit for example, I can Advanced Draw it away for 2 cards and then see what I can do from there. If I like Inferno Reckless or Machine do something, I'm going to have 3 of them on board, more likely than not, so I can advance draw the extra 1 away if I can special summon something else for 2 draws. That one could be a Allure of Darkness, basically just do more drawing, and then if I banish something I can use it for a Burial. I got 1 could be a Burial from a different dimension, basically just to reuse the stuff we banish from Druid Doll. Got 1 could be a Foolish Burial, basically just to send something from the grave for either Spirit or Druid Doll. Got 2 copies of Inferno Reckless summon, so when one of those 2 guys are summoned either by their own effects, Junk Puppet, Monster Gate or Reasoning, I get to use this if my opponent controls a monster, so basically I can just special summon all copies of them from hand, deck or graveyard, so I'm going to get 3 of them on board, unless like they're banished. And then the opponent gets to do the same thing with the monster they control, although if they control XYZ, Synchro or something from the extra, they can't, because it only counts the deck, hand and graveyard. Although even if they get to special summon, it doesn't really matter, because I can always use this guy's effect to like blow everything up, or this guy's effect to banish all of their special summon monsters. Got 3 copies of Junk Puppet, so basically this is Monster Reborn for a Gimmick Puppet, just get to special summon them back from the grave. Got 2 copies of Machine Duplication. This only works with Druid Doll, but my opponent doesn't need to control the monster, so it's basically just like having more Inferno Recklesses that work in different situations, basically. 1 copy of Monster Gate, so this is basically Reasoning, I just need to tribute a monster to do it. I've got 2 copies of Reasoning, so even if your opponent controls calls an 8, this won't really matter, because you'll get them in the grave for Druid Doll's Effect or Gear-Spring Spirit, and if not, you're more likely not, unless you reveal the card and you'll special summon one of those guys. Got 3 copies of Trade-In, basically put something in the grave and get 2 draws out of it. And 3 copies of Twin Twister to basically put something in the grave and then blow up some spells and chance my opponent controls, so remember like my XYZ is going to go through. Got 3 copies of Brawl Decree, so same thing as Twin Twister, makes it more likely my XYZ are going to go through. And I got 1 copy of Vanity Emptiness, so say I've already got like this guy on board. I go flip up Emptiness, my opponent's like not going to be too like, not going to be able to like stop it with like monsters, really, because I won't be able to special summon something that can like remove it, like Castell, etc. Basically just makes my boards a bit stronger. The extra I got 1 copy of Alcei, basically just to spin things, 2 copies of Felgrand, to protect my XYZs, 1 copy of Google Eyes Drum Dragon, so basically it makes itself 4k attack with this effect, and 1 copy of Heretic Sun Dragon, so basically I just use it to blow up stuff I don't want, and then also put stuff in the grave from my hand, if I want to set up like Gear-Spring Spirit, Druid Doll, etc, etc. Got 1 copy of Magical Sea Castle, Eye Guy on, so basically what this guy does is he banishes a random face down monster from your opponent's extra deck, so that's either going to be XYZ, Synchro or Fusion, depending on what they're running. Its attack becomes equal to that monster's attack, and then during either player's turn, I can detach an XYZ to target one of my opponent's banished Fusion XYZ or Synchros, put it back in their extra, and then destroy a card of the same type on their field. And basically this is a way to screw over like XYZ users or Synchro users, blah blah blah. So then, I get to banish all their maybe like really strong guys like Infinity, so they can go for that, and then when they go for something else that challenges me, I can attach a material to put that back in the extra deck and then blow up what they've got on the board. Got one copy of Galaxy-sized Tachyon Dragon, so basically when I attach a material with this guy at the start of my battle phase, I get to negate all the effects of all face-up monsters on the field, and basically their attack and defense become the same, so basically that's what you use this guy for. Got one copy of Gimmick Giant Grinder, so up to twice a turn, I can detach in my main phase one, I can detach an XYZ to target a special monster my opponent controls, destroy it, and then if it's an XYZ, I get to deal damage equal to the original attack to them. So it's just a way to get the special summon monsters my opponent controls. Got one copy of number 22 Zombie Stein, so this is just 4500, the biggest monster in my X deck. If I really did summon this guy, that's something like super strong, this is what I'll go for. Got one copy of number 23 Lancelot, so we can attack my opponent directly when it has XYZ materials, and then when it inflicts battle damage, I can target a face-up monster they control, destroy it. And also I can detach a material when they try to use a monster effect or a spell or trap card and negate that. I've got one copy of number 38 Hopebringer Dragon Titanic Galaxy. So during either player's turn when my opponent uses a spell card or spell effect, I can negate it. And then also get to attach that card to this as an XYZ material. And then when my opponent tries to attack something, I can detach a material to make them attack this instead. And if one of my XYZs would be destroyed, I can target an XYZ I control, and this gains attack equal to that. So basically, if they try to destroy something else other than this, I make it basically a massive monster. It's pretty good. To go to number 40, Gimmick Strings, so I can attach an XYZ to place string counters on each monster, and during my opponent's deck's end phase, I destroy all monsters with string counters on, and they take 500 for each monster that gets destroyed. Got one copy of number 77, The Seven Sins, so I XYZ this guy with this guy, so I XYZ with one of your Gimmick Puppet XYZs or one of your Darks. And I can attach two materials to banish all special summon monsters my opponent controls, and then I get to attach one of those to this as material, and also if it would be destroyed by battle card effect, I can attach an XYZ material instead. And lastly I got one copy of number 84 Pain Gainer, so I can XYZ this with a rank 8, 9 or 10 Dark XYZ, so one of my rank 8 XYZs, and gains 200 defense equal to the ranks of all XYZ monsters I control. And then when your opponent tries to use the spell or trap card when this has material, I get to inflict 600 to them. And lastly, I can detach an XYZ material to destroy all monsters my opponent controls a defense less than or equal to this card's defense. So, basically I summon this guy, rank 10, so it's going to have a bunch of defense basically. And then, basically just like if they find a reckless summon special some stuff, I'm going to be like able to detach to blow everything up. Or if I go for that guy, I'm going to be able to detach to get rid of everything that's special basically. So for the side deck, I've just got some alternate options as opposed to a side deck today. I've got one copy of Swift Scarecrow, well, one copy of I've got Swift Scarecrow. Basically, you just use to set up a Machine Engrave for Gearsmith Spirit. It's more of a side deck card, but it's pretty decent if your opponent's like trying to like OTK or something. Got Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms, so you can use this to send a Gimmick Puppet from the deck to the grave, so you can use the effects. You can go for like a bigger machinery engine with Gear Frame, Fortress, and Mega Form. I got Gelix Recycled, so basically this is a tuner that you can use, and then also you can machine dupe it, and then you can use it to go for this guy with one of your Gimmick Puppets, and basically I get to take control of the face-up monster my opponent controls at the highest level, so more than likely they're not their strongest thing. So basically just a bunch of value from this guy. I can go for that, or if I have like a Machine of Fortress or something, I can go for Beals. You can run a limiter removal, which is really good with this card, because if you special Gear Spring make something have 0, then I use this guy's effect to make his attack 4k, then I can limiter removal for an OTK, basically. You can run the viruses, because you've got Crush card, which is like your little guys here, or the other two viruses, like any of your, like your big XYZs, like this guy here. Or you can run like Cyber Valley, or a Cyber Dragon Core, because you can like machine dupe them, and then with Core, you can go for like a Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, and there's also something else I haven't put it in here because I'm out of space, but let's see, rank up magic here. Yeah, this card here, rank up magic Argent Chaos Force, so basically I can summon a rank 9 C, number C or CXYZ monster, and then also if I was to summon a rank 5 or higher, so in this case, yeah, one of my rank 8s, so and this card's in the grave, I can add it back to my hand, so say I'm in with reasoning or something, I can always add it back to my hand and use it anyway. And with this I can summon one of these guys at the top here. So I can summon this guy for some extra draws. This guy's 4500, and then also I can negate all face-up cards on the field. And I have this guy which just attaches material to the target face-up. Well, the card by controls, destroy it, and if it was a monster I get to inflict damage equal to that attack. Or I can go for this guy, which when I summon it, I get to destroy all monsters with string counters. And I get to draw a card and inflict damage to my opponent equal to the highest attack monster that was destroyed. But also I can detach material to put string counters on everything. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this deck. It's been Jackson100 signing off. Have a good day.